Alright, thanks to all my new subscribers and all the people who watch and like the content that I put out and people who comment. I never thought I'd get so many views and subscribers this early on, and this is just a comic that I thought I'd show off. King Size Hulk. And this is actually Hulk Annual 1. This is definitely a top 20 cover of mine, but I just couldn't find it for the last video, but it definitely deserves to be mentioned. So this is the so let me just show off. This is basically the last week, just some comics I got. Amazing Adventures 11. This is a upgrade to my original copy that had like a little chip here and there that I paid for $27.78. This one I paid $28 for. It's not the sharpest copy in the world, but for $28, I'd pick it up. It's pretty nice. Probably fine minus, but yeah, this is one of the first books that got me back into collecting the top of last year, and this was actually a higher price. I think this was like $50, but there was like I got this at everybody's favorite online store. This was I think $50, but there was a promo code and I got it down, and I had some e-bucks and it brought it down to $28. So definitely happy to have this book, and it's really solid. X-Men 1 from '63 is the first appearance of Beast, but what is the first appearance of Beast as we know him? Furry, and it's this comic. So it's a really fun, trivial comic to own. It presents really well to me. So, and I think last Wednesday was my birthday, and I wake up and I'm on this website, everyone's favorite website, and how do I say this? I have some saved searches, and a new search popped up, and I clicked on it, and within seconds, I bought this comic, and it was in a lot for $40, and I bought this comic. First print, Invincible 1. Probably in very fine shape, but still, this is a $200 to $300 comic, and it came in a lot of other Invincible comics, Invincible comics. How do I say? Yeah, so this is my fourth copy, and this is as hard to find as Walking Dead 1, just not as valuable. This could be a $500 comic, in time for when the movie comes out, if it does well. And this is a really true speculation book, just a great book to own. And here's the other copies I have. And I still have that 9.8 that hasn't come back from CGC yet. That's a signature series with Kirkman. But if anyone has a Showcase Presents 34, I'd trade one of these for the first Atom. Probably mid-grade, or 4.0 to 5.5, I think is a fair trade. But yeah, so happy to own these 3 copies raw, and the other one I have, but I don't know, it's really early in the morning. Alright, let me see. Oh, okay. Moon Knight 25, this was a buck. That's the end of the online purchase. There was 2 of them. So this is easy $10, $15, $20 book. I've seen copies sell for $50. I've seen a near mint copy that was only a stock photo sell for $81. Cause it's a black cover, and it has all this. You can take it easily, and this can easily be found. This is the first appearance of Black Spectre, and let me open it up. Moon Knight doesn't have many great villains, and this is basically the Jigsaw to Moon Knight. Not a great villain, but this is first Black Spectre right here. Well, it tells you right here. This is his main villain. Should they ever make it into a... Well, it's not here. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Black Spectre. But should they ever make it into a show, this is going to definitely be the hero that, you know, in the 80s and 90s was the main villain. And it's kind of hard to see. But you've seen this guy before. But this is first Black Spectre. And, you know, if you can find it for 50 cents, $1, you know, it makes sense to pick it up. Bill Sienkiewicz, it's a pretty good book. And actually, these next books, I went to a collectible show that almost every collector, every picker, every dealer in the area, in the county goes to, and it's a really popular convention. And so I'm surprised that I found these comics. So these were $1. I found this. I thought, so this is First Night Watch by, I think, Web of Spider-Man 96. Used to be the First Night Watch a year ago, but so I find this. I'm digging in the bins, and I'm thinking, you know, everybody, every collector, every dealer, every picker, you know, goes to this show so often that, you know, everything's been picked, and it's not even worth looking in the bins. And I was like, you know what? I'll give this dealer a chance. I'll spare him, and then I find this. So this is like, you know, what is this now? $10-15. This is like in fine minus shape, fine plus, probably even very fine minus. But you know, this is like a $15-20 book, and I never owned this. Actually, never owned these three, but. So this is the second book I found, Amazing Spider-Man 654. This is first appearance of, I think, Agent Venom Flash Thompson. So yeah, I was really surprised to find this. And once I found this, I knew that I had to dig and take my time really slowly, because again, every picker has gone through this con. And the next book I found was this, and this is in the dollar bin. And I found this. I found it like this. It was like that. I found it. I was like, okay. And it was like, and I was staring at this for like 30 seconds. I'm thinking, you know, why is this here? You know, why is, you know, I'm not gonna walk away with this. Why is this in the dollar bin? And yeah, I just found these part 1 and part 4 of year 1, Frank Miller. So I mean, these are pretty good dollar books. And then picked up the first Ghost. He's gonna be Iron Man 219. He's gonna be in the he's a villain in the Ant-Man and Wasp movie coming up. And then well, you know, I'm digging in again the same booth at this kind of con collectible show, and I never owned this first Michael Holt, Modern Mr. Terrific with the Fair Play jacket. It's a pretty cool looking cover. Is this probably Eric Powell cover? I don't know, but you know, this is like, well, this is like a I think, you know, 15, maybe $25. This one probably $30, but this one I think is dropped in value. I think it's only like $10 now, and I already owned this before, the last issue. So, you know, to find, you know, once you find a book like this, I'm looking through every book very slowly in this this booth to find these books. And then I find this. I probably shouldn't buy any more of these. First Miss Martian, Teen Titans 37, for $1. It's only like $5. Find this Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Let me see this. Lara Croft Tomb Raider cover gallery #1. Yeah, Adam Hughes cover, and I really didn't know anything about these two, but you know, I figured Adam Hughes, and you know, she's gonna be in a movie. You know, this is like a $20 comic, but at the time I didn't know, and I kind of took a gamble, but it was a no-brainer. And then I found this. This is the last book I found. I got 12 comics there, and he gave it to me for 11. A new X-Men 31, First Kimura, and this is like a, well, yeah, near mint copy, but you know, these are, you know, just pleasant books to find for $1. You know, again, every picker, every collector in the county goes to this con, so just want to alphabetize this real quick. But you know, every picker, every dealer in the county goes to this show. So I'm surprised I found anything. And then I went to a store that was having a sale, and the comics were 10 for $1. So basically 10 cents each. And I've gotten comics that are quarter each, and sometimes they'll say quarter each or 5 for $1. But this was dirt cheap. I mean, 10 cents. Herald County #1. It's actually pretty scary to me, the story or the content. I mean, to me, it is scary. Herald County #1. I think it's like $15 maybe. I didn't get the. I did not get Deadly Class #1. I think they're gonna make it into a show, but I got 4 through. Again, these are 10 cents a piece, so it made sense to pick. And then it made sense to pick these up. This is a complete run, but I put them on the back because I'm running out of space. Okay. Happy to find this Descender #1, and then #2 is on the back. Descender 1, again for 10 cents each. So in total, all the comics I spent at this particular store was $4.50. This is a near complete run, and I got the issues on the back as well. Just running out of space. Trying to cut down on costs. Lazarus 1 for 10 cents. It made sense. Maybe like $10 book. Okay. I was happy to find this. Really happy to find this first print. Manifest Destiny 1 for 10 cents. Really happy. I mean, it's got a little thing right there, a little fold. It's only like a $10 book. I remember this time last year, you couldn't buy a copy for less than $30, $20, but I guess demand is kind of died down. I love this cover, the yellow, the gradation from the orange to yellow, the purple contrast. It's a really good story. I think I read the first 5 issues, but it's really a good story. And Manifest Destiny 1, and let me see what I got. I bought every other issue. Again, 10 cents a piece, and I love the covers too. I love this. It's like a Terminator 1, 3. And then I got, the run, complete run, and on the back. So I think this might be missing only 1 issue, but a near complete first print run of Manifest Destiny. So, okay, got more still. Outcast 1. You shouldn't pick this up for more than $2, but for 10 cents makes sense. Outcast 1 really died down in value. We Can Never Go Home. I knew about this. I did not know about this exact cover, but this is a 1 in 10 hood variant. None have sold on eBay, but I see that. I see that people want $50, $40, $80 on this, and none have sold. So this is probably either a $20 book maybe, but none have sold. So maybe it's not even. The market has spoken that there's no demand. And I think this is also a variant, possibly not, but issue 2 from Black Mask. We Can Never Go Home. Really happy. I didn't know about this exact cover, but I knew this was. We Can Never Go Home #1, so I picked it up. For 10 cents, why not? And this is actually really good. This is an Adam Hughes variant, but I'm missing one of the issues, I think. But this is a really good run. I bought the entire run. I think I'm missing 1 issue, but yeah, I mean, it's very simple. The story and the art is very simple, but it gets the job done. I mean, this is a great cover. It makes you want to read it. Like, what it makes you want to read it. And I did read it, but it's just a really hardcore story. I mean, really hard shit. But so all those previous books I just showed was $4.50 total. All right, and then then I went to a sale, and all these books were $1, and this was the first book I found, and I never owned this one. Godzilla from Godzilla #1, 1977, and this one is, I think this is like a 9.6, like an outright near mint shape, really sharp for Bronze Age. Really sharp comic. Really sharp copy. Really beautiful. I don't think there's... I think there might be actually one or two spine islands. Is there? Right there. Yeah, you can't even see it because it's really... It doesn't break color, but... You know, really sharp copy of Godzilla #1. Yeah, this is definitely an easy near mint copy of this comic. I'm trying to show that spine tick. There might be one right there. And then what's better than one? Two. This one definitely has this little thing right there. But, you know, for 2 copies, and I actually found 2 and 3 and 4, but they were not near mint. But yeah, for $1, you pick these up. I think this is like a solid one. This shape, I mean, this it ranges, you know, 20, 40, maybe higher. This one because it's really sharp. And then I found I keep picking this up, and I've never owned it, you know, a copy, and then all of a sudden I have some money now. A newsstand. You got Rhodes, and first time in the Iron Man armor, and so I find this comic, and there was a comic on the back, and you know, this was the comic on the back. Iron Man 128, and this should be way worth more than it is, and I'm sure in this shape it is. I mean, this is a near mint plus copy, a 9496 Iron Man 128, and again, these were all $1. But this thing is sharp, super sharp, super, yeah, really white, clean, possibly never even red. I mean, there's right there, little dimple that doesn't break color, but another one right there. But aside from that, this thing is really sharp. And this is a near mint copy, a gradable CGC worthy buck, slab worthy, really clean. A little something right there, but I mean, this thing is it's not flawless, but damn near flawless. Near mint copy. True near mint copy. Really nice. Really nice to me. Really nice. I mean, I can stare at this, because yeah, it's a really beautiful book. Really sharp copy. Really sharp. Really sharp to me. Yeah, I could just I could just do this all day. Really beautiful, clean copy. Definitely. Yeah, so this was $1, and this was in the back of this. Like, you know, how I showed those other 10-cent comics, this was in the back. And then, you know, another copy of the first Ghost. Pick this up. I really like this cover. I think this might be Cockrum. Yeah, Cockrum. 155, beautiful X-Men cover. Again, $1 makes sense. Phoenix is back. X-Men 157. This is really sharp, really high, really beautiful, high-grade copy. And there was no 361, but this is beautiful. Dark, very dark covers. I mean, very dark colors. Again, super sharp shape. I mean, really sharp. I think a little tick right there, but really sharp. Not expensive, but well, for $1. These are really sharp. I thought about picking these up for a split second, but yeah, in the end, I was getting already good books, so pick them up. This was actually $5. This is a 1 out of 10,000, so this is a really rare variant for Amazing Spider-Man, and this is in this shape, this is easy $50 raw. This was $5. I saw a 9.0 CBCS sell for $100. So I mean, if this was graded, this would probably be like $150 CGC. But and this is like a 9.8 to me. This is just a really high grade near mint copy of this comic. I never owned this, and there's like 3 versions. The direct, the newsstand, and then this version. And I never owned this version. Beautiful white cover. I mean, yeah. And there was a dealer who also was looking through these comics, and he's pretty smart, but I'm surprised he didn't pick this up. And after that sale ended, I met with a dealer friend of mine, and he so I'll just I'll keep this up. Wait, this is prettier on the eyes. Let me put this up. Let me see. All right. I met with a dealer friend, and so he the next comic I'm showing originated from DC Comics, and a Warner Brothers employee got this comic for free, and that dealer friend of mine got this comic for 50 cents, and then he sold it to me days ago for $40. And I owned I owned 4 and 5 in this variant series and I bought those for like $180, and I sold them for like $220 each, I believe, earlier this year. But I mean, to only get this for $40, and this is a 1 in 1. This is a 1 in 500 variant, and I got this for $40. And I've seen copies of this. I've seen copies of this sell for, this used to be an easy. I've seen copies sell for $300, $240. Beautiful Jim Lee cover. This is the best cover in the Master Race series, but this such a long title. Dark Knight 3, the Master Race Book 7, Jim Lee variant. But this is, to me, probably a 9.4. It has. It was, it was never really. It's a 9.4. It's not a 9.8, but again, really sharp. It's a modern book, and it's hard. It's thick cardstock, so it's not even worth showing off. But I have so many books. I just have to blow through stuff. But is it? Yeah, I'm really happy to get this for the price I paid. I could stare at this cover all day. This is from the original series, and the blood, it's kind of Neil Adams-ish, the style that Jim Lee drew this, but the mud, this is a really great looking cover. Really great looking cover. And I got this only for $40. This was, to me, the deal of the weekend, maybe. Probably not. Maybe. Yeah, I'll leave that up for a second. Need to move stuff out of the way. And then I forgot to show this off. I actually got this for $2 at the place where I got those other dollar comics, including the Iron Man 128. This is not vintage. I think this is from 2013 because it says 50 years. A beautiful Jim Lee Magneto t-shirt, and this was never worn, but just really beautiful. This was never worn, but just a beautiful t-shirt, and I'm surprised they have 34 on this. Why not one?